So hopefully this actually records now. Kept turning off for some reason. The first time I went through this, but let me start over. Welcome back to Casting Blue with Blue. It defeats the whole purpose now. It's not even the same. You don't get that raw footage from the first run. But let's just continue with the second one. So, like I said before, which you guys won't hear, probably never will hear, because I already deleted that footage, and I'm not gonna try and fish and put something together. But yeah, it's been a while since I've actually talked to the people who actually follow me. We finally hit 300 subscribers, which is something that I'm quite proud of. Considering I don't even talk to you guys, which is the weird part. You guys just get gameplay with no audio but the game itself. But yeah. So back to my the stop motion side of this channel, which I very much love, and I always will love. It's a hobby that's turned into almost a passion. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying gaming isn't a passion, but it's something that I can get pretty tired of. I don't know if that makes any sense. It's more of a hobby. Well, so is stop motion, but so yet again I hit record the stop recording button. But I'm not gonna start over. I'm just gonna. The good thing is I actually caught that, so I just go ahead and resume the recording and just. I'm still here talking to you guys. But I'm gonna try and work on some what was I saying? ADHD much? Right. Stop motion. So this whole wrap up to the Matrix verse that I have going on in my channel that I've been working on since 2013. Almost 10 years. MCU type thing. But I'm thinking of just wrapping that up, man. I'm not saying the first films didn't make any sense. But being I was only 13 at the time. 12, correction. I wasn't very good at writing. I still am not. But I can say that I've improved. But the writing was horrible, man. Not only was the stop motion bad, like the frames per second, but the writing itself was just horrible. It's just like plot holes left and right. Things that didn't even make sense. I think the whole first Transformers War for the Matrix film that I made was more really just a test to see if I can really actually make a stop motion film. And well, yeah, I can. It turned out quite successful. On my original channel, reaching 400 views. This channel, like 200 maybe. I don't know. I don't have the YouTube studio pulled up. But let's just go ahead and do that just for crunching numbers purposes, right? Right. 1 second. Let's do this. The Transformers Matrix verse. Okay, so War for the Matrix. I lied. It's just shy of 200 by being 129 views. But yeah, I feel like that was more really just a test to see if I can actually film. And which I can. I'm not saying. To be honest, the animation wasn't that bad. I thought it was. I still think it's okay for the fact that I was 12 years old shooting on an iPad, by the way. I think it's an iPad 2, maybe. So the camera quality wasn't great. Camera quality is definitely better now that I'm still shooting with my old Note 8. And I would continue shooting with that until it just gives out. Which, funny thing about that, now that I bring that up, Transformers: A New Era was still supposed to be was actually the first film I was going to shoot not on my iPad, which it was. It still was. It still is the first film, on the Note 8, but it was originally supposed to be shot on a Note 3, an old Note 3 that I had, that I still have, but it just went corrupt. No, it didn't live off the mob. No, but I don't know what happened to it, but data got corrupt or something. But it's stuck on this loophole. It's a boot up loop, so you just see the Samsung, powered by Samsung or whatever, a million times over before it just heats up and shuts off. But that film was going to take a whole different direction than what it ultimately turned out to be. Sam Witwicky was supposed to be still alive in this film. You know, Barricade. Not too much of a different direction. He was still going to be working with KSI. But no, his character pretty much remained the same. You know, he hit off for the first 3 films because I didn't have him. And then last minute, you know, decided to help BA since they're the last Cybertronians. Roadbuster was not even supposed to be a part of this film. It was just supposed to be a Bumblebee and Barricade. You know, the 2 rivals at the end, coming together, putting aside their differences, going back to Cybertron. You know, the big, sad death of the movie was going to be not Roadbuster, how I did in the actual New Era, but Sam Witwicky, who would have died of old age. And there was going to be no Allspark manifested into a child or none of that crap. Like I did with the new era, right? But yeah, I was gonna go with that direction. Oh, excuse me. Until it ultimately the Note 3 just gave out on me. But I'm not mad with the new era that I did put out for you guys. It's just I still wish I could have finished that first version that I had. I wonder what it would have been if I actually finished that. So back to moving on to the sequel of War for the Matrix. Rise of the Dark Spark. I think this was still a movie, or film, rather than a series, right? But this was just supposed to be a direct sequel to the War for the Matrix. I forgot how it's been so long since I've watched these, but I'm still just, the sequel's not as good as the original, I'll tell you that. I just wanted to put something out just because, because this was when I was getting subscribers, and I'm like, oh my god, I got 10 views overnight. I thought that was great. So let's see. War for the Matrix came out 2013. Rise of the Dark Spark came out 2014. So yes, my old channel was actually, it was still gameplay, just stupid stuff. It was the opposite of what it is here, where my main focus of the channel was a stop motion, where the gaming side of it was just side quest type thing. So I don't even know where I'm going with this, but Rise of the Dark Spark, I don't think it was too good. The title's directly based off the game, the garbage game that came out for the PS3, PS4, around where Age of Extinction came out. I don't think it was too good, man. It's just, they found a Dark Spark. Megatron is Galvatron now because that's how Michael Bay did it, right? With no explanation at all. And it just doesn't even make sense how I addressed that in the film. It's just like, it's not like, what are we, a Suicide Squad type of moment? It kind of just happened. Megatron just, everyone for some reason knew that he was just Galvatron at that point. Fourth wall break, maybe? I don't know. Because I do remember in the final battle of Rise of the Dark Spark. Let me actually just pull it up, just so I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so they I forgot what I was saying, but they don't address the fact I didn't do that, but I didn't address the fact that it just happened. You know what I mean? It made no sense at all. Why Megatron would decide just to, out of nowhere, be I identify as Galvatron now, right? Type thing. I think I don't know. I don't. This movie just sucked. I don't think it was too good. I still think the first one was better. At least I had something to go off, I guess, or nothing to go off. It's just like a fresh start type of thing. It doesn't even feel like an origin story because I didn't address none of that. They were just on Earth. Because I guess I didn't want to make an origin story since everyone knows the Transformers. They're on Earth, blah blah blah. Hear that, but here they are. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this. But no, I kind of just didn't address. Oh, here's Cybertronians. I did address it a little bit. A little bit. There's a scene where Sam's talking to Optimus Prime. I guess where they first find him, and he's just like, where's Cybertron? That's a lie. That happens in the third film, Fall of the Dark Spark. I think that's when Sam actually finally comes into play. Or maybe it could be Rise of the Dark Spark. I don't know. These movies just kind of all turn to mush after a certain point. Let's find out. Yeah, it's oops. It's actually the second film, Rise of the Dark Spark. All right, moving on. Fall of the Dark Spark. On my actual original YouTube channel, which was known as OptiShard Productions, I actually started off as Wolverine Productions. And then I'm like, there's a lot of Wolverine Productions. So, where OptiShard came from is, I gotta make something unique. I like Optimus. Transformers include some sort of shard from the Allspark, right? So I just, OptiShard. That didn't, it kind of sucked. But, yeah, Fall of the Dark Spark was the actual, first, series type thing on my original channel. It wasn't actually a full-on fledged film, what I edited it to be. It was actually a series, a weekly series where I uploaded episodes. I think in the end it turned out to be, I think it was 7 episodes, I believe. 7, I think 3-minute episodes or whatever it was. 4-minute episodes if it was a long one. Let me just go on my old channel, which I will not drop the name for. That channel is to remain hidden. Let's see. Pour out 1, 2. Okay, so the series was actually 7 episodes long. Oh, I'm lying about Rise of the Dark Spark. That was actually a series where each episode was roughly like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. But wow, it actually was a series, which dude, you see, I don't even remember putting this together for this channel. But yeah, the original Rise of the Dark Spark was an actual series. Fall of the Dark Spark was a sequel series, where episodes were just a bit longer. And, yeah, episode 5, sorry, was 3 minutes. I think I went a whole 2 years without uploading, stop motion related content. And then, oh my god, episode 6 came out at 12 minutes. And then episode 7, dude, at 11 minutes. The time span from episode 6 to episode 7 was a whole year. I think. I could be wrong. So that one was released June 30th, 2016. Episode 7. September 5 of 2017. So more than a year. Holy junk. Holy snap, dude. But yeah, I guess Rise of the Dark Spark was an actual series before I put that together and made it a film. So I guess I was trying something different since Rise of the Dark Spark, which like I said, I personally don't like it as much as War for the Matrix. Moving on to Follow the Dark Spark. Oh my god, it's so sticky. Follow the Dark Spark, like I said, I do remember that being a series. Oh my god, this is when I hated filming this film. I hated filming this video. It was a pain, to be honest. This is when I started to lose interest in the whole stop motion thing. Because, you know, there's phases where everyone's just into this hobby for like a while. Then they just drop it after a while. But this is when I started to fall off for a minute. And so I kind of just lost interest. I shot it because I'm like, I'm not going to make videos and then just not see it through to the end, right? This is when I was still in contact with the Bottom Productions, which they're going to remain nameless just for history that we share. Oh, son of a gun. I dropped the paper. But this is when I was still in their group, which great animators, by the way. I'm not saying they're bad animators. It's just like we both grew differences, both grew apart, I guess. And yeah, we don't even talk anymore. I was hanging out with the wrong group of people, which I will say here, Orbital Bacon. It's just like people. Let me get sidetracked for a minute. The problem that I had with Orbital Bacon, I'll just relist it here. You know, this whole cancel culture thing, right? Well, he was the complete opposite, you know. He was almost like the opposite of, I don't know, what would that even be, cancel culture? I'm not saying I'm for cancel culture, but I'm also not going to deny anyone the right to believe whatever they want to believe in, right? Because, like, what's listed in the Constitution, you know what I mean? I'm that type of person. You know, you can believe whatever you want, just don't rub it off on me. And I was cool with Orbital for a long time. You guys have seen my videos where me and him work together. But we kind of started growing distant. I stopped believing in some things that he was still believing in. And yeah, we went from there. One day he just broke me with a good friend of mine, Silver. One second. Where Silver, I think she was just tired of whatever, like, in her job. And, oh, snap. In her job or whatever. And, well, she just decided to kind of just blow off steam right in the chat. Well, I'm tired of, like, the pay differences or whatever. I don't know what it really was. But it wasn't, like, anything like feminism. She's like, I'm not all pro-feminism, but, like, I mean, I don't know. She was just blowing off steam, which I kind of just ignored it. Just like, you know, things are going to get better type thing, you know, reassuring. And this is just where Orbital comes up and just like, oh, let me just read off the screenshots. I'm not going to change words that I didn't say. You know what I mean? 1 second. Okay, so here's what Silverstorm Pax said. Someone used to go back to 19-year-old me, who thought being in IT would be awesome. Slap her, tell her she's retarded. Should have gone out west and worked on a ranch. Rather deal with horses and cows than idiots. Orbital responds with, "You're not the only one. These are countless surveys out there showing that the modern women are miserable in the workplace." Silver, you know, just responds with, "There's a number of reasons for that, unfortunately. I like my workplace most of the time. It's just some days push you to the edge. And here's where Orbital responds. Please tell me you don't believe that wage gap nonsense. I'm worried you've been sipping the feminist Kool-Aid. First International Women's Day, and now the brain dead taking your status. Feminism is rooted in witchcraft, like for real. We must save your soul. That's where I lost it. And here's what Silver responds with. Wage gap? No, not really. That's all company and career based. Are women treated differently in the workplace? Very much so. I'm so sick of telling a male something, telling how the program works, only for them to go, okay, sure. Then 2 minutes later, I hear them come to my boss to ask him to fix it. Because I'm a girl. So obviously, I'm stupid when it comes to technology. You know, she just went on things about that. It's just like, I had no problem with that because I've noticed that in the workplace. And then Orbital tries to pull up a point where men deal with that. It's just, why am I going on about this? Follow the Dark Spark, yeah. I think I'm done.